about to get right into it, guys. Putin issues a new nuclear warning to the West over Ukraine that they could use nuclear weapons if it becomes attacked by any state, and that of any conventional attack on Russia that was supported by a nuclear power would be considered a joint attack. The Russian president made the remarks while opening a meeting of Russia's Security Council attended by top officials. Vladimir Putin warns the West he will consider using nuclear weapons. Zelensky warns of Russia's threat at the UN as Putin steps up nuclear rhetoric. So this isn't anything new, but now he's officially changed the agenda or the policy he had with using nuclear weapons. Now he's updated it. So any NATO or non-nuclear country that attacks Russia, right, meaning Poland or any one of these countries that don't possess nuclear weapons, and it is aided or supported by a nuclear-armed country such as the U.S., now it's a green light for Putin to use nuclear weapons. That's what he's saying, okay? This guy is not talking out of his, this guy doesn't just talk the talk, guys, okay? He's not one of these Donald Trump type characters who will just sit there and say a whole bunch of nothing. This guy's ready to eat somebody up and chew them out and spit them out. You got to remember, man, there's over 1 million people that have died from this conflict, and it's not getting a lot of coverage. It's mostly been, military men fighting in this conflict, but I would say it's upwards of about 1 million people who have actually died from this war, and it's not being televised as much as, like the Middle East war, for example. That's, everybody's seeing the carnage there that's going on. There's a lot of people dying from this conflict, okay, and now Putin wants to start using nuclear weapons.
В сегодняшней повестке дня у нас вопрос, связанный с обновлением основ государственной политики в области ядерного сдерживания. Наряду с военной доктриной это документ, в котором официально определена и детализирована ядерная стратегия России. Прежде всего зафиксирован базовый принцип применения ядерного оружия, а именно использование ядерных сил – это крайняя мера защиты суверенитета страны. Мы видим, что современная военно-политическая обстановка динамично меняется, и мы обязаны это учитывать, в том числе возникновение новых источников военных угроз и рисков для России и наших союзников. Обновленные редакции документа агрессию против России со стороны любого неядерного государства, но с участием или при поддержке ядерного государства предлагается рассматривать как их совместное нападение на Российскую Федерацию. Также четко фиксируются условия перехода России к применению ядерного оружия. Будем рассматривать такую возможность уже при получении достоверной информации о массированном старте средств воздушно-космического нападения и пересечении ими нашей государственной границы. Имею в виду самолеты стратегической или тактической авиации, крылатые ракеты, беспилотники, гиперзвуковые и другие летательные аппараты. Оставляем за собой право применить ядерное оружие в случае агрессии против России и Белоруссии как участника союзного государства. С белорусской стороной, с президентом Беларуси все эти вопросы согласованы. В том числе, если противник, используя обычное оружие, создает критическую угрозу нашему суверенитету.
Yeah, man, these aren't, this isn't anything to play around with. The fact that there are even thoughts of, or even rhetoric about using nuclear weapons, which is completely inhumane. I don't even know why. Sometimes I wonder why these weapons were even invented or allowed to be, have people to be able to even possess them, because stuff like this happens, right? You get people who are, playing the game of war, and it will cause grave damage and destruction, and to think that he might even, because if the U.S. is in the West is involved in arming some of these nations, these NATO nations that will eventually have to go to war with Russia, who's to say he won't turn the weapons onto us, or the U.S. So Like I said, man, when it comes to this nuclear talk stuff, I don't even like, engaging with that, because the amount of destruction and death and despair that'll be involved in such an attack like that is completely apprehensible to even think about. So, um, yeah.